Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video on the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sankalp and I make videos related to business, startups and finance. I also run a podcast called as The Sankalp Show where I invite some of the awesome guests to have a word of words with all of you guys. So in today's video, we are actually going to discuss about something called as NFT, which stands for Non Fungible Tokens. Now, I'm pretty sure that you must have heard this term or you must have come across this term in the past few weeks and you must be really confused about what exactly it is. Well, that's exactly what we are going to discuss in this video, and wait till the end because in the end I'll also tell you about who are the top celebrities of the Indian Bollywood industry who are actually looking up into NFTs. So the very first question that might arise in your mind is that what exactly is NFT? Now NFTs stand for non-fungible tokens. They are called as non-fungible because they cannot be exchanged for anything else apart from the NFT that has a value of it. Now to support my point, let me give you an example. Suppose if you have 10,000 rupees in your bank account and you have to buy that particular gold of the same amount. And in order to make it happen, you will visit the marketplace and you will buy the gold of 10,000 rupees. Now the gold that you will have in your hand will be equivalent to the amount that you have paid, which is 10,000 rupees. Now that simply indicates that the amount of gold which is worth 10,000 rupees is equivalent to the 10,000 rupees that you handed him or the shopkeeper in cash. But that's not the case with NFTs. NFTs means that it is unique for every item you purchase. There's a reason why we call it as the currency of the creative world. And that's because creativity cannot be copied or creativity cannot be duplicated. Now you might ask that, Sankalp, what exactly are the examples of NFTs that you can provide me? Now the very first time when NFT was the talk of the town is when the Beeple, which is a digital art form, was sold for $69 million. Not only that, the first ever tweet by Jack Dorsey himself, who is the founder of Twitter, was sold for $2.9 million. Now you can understand what exactly would be the earning potential from NFTs itself. Now there might be a very good question that might arise in your mind, and that is, what are the pieces or what are the things that I can put up in the form of NFTs? To answer that question, we can put up almost anything and everything in the form of NFT, which definitely has to exist in the form of digital way. Now suppose if you are an artist and you are for all of your life you have been painting in an offline mode or on a with your brushes and on a piece of canvas, right? But what if I tell you that you can convert that particular piece into an NFT and put it up in the marketplace where people would like it, love it, and would be ready to pay millions of dollars for that particular piece of art? Won't that be a game changer thing for all the artists and creative people of the internet? Tell me in the comments section. Now the question arises that how exactly does the NFT really work? Now in order to make my point, let me give you a very quick example. Suppose in the offline world, you own a piece of land. Now in order to showcase your ownership of that land, what do you really have? You have the ownership papers. And the record of these ownership papers is actually kept with the government, which identifies that this person is the real owner of this much piece of land. Now, similar is the case with NFTs. Suppose you bought an NFT, then you become the legal owner of that particular NFT because you have paid the artist that particular amount and you get the ownership in the form of NFT. Now that NFT is safely and securely stored in the blockchain servers across the world. So I hope that you might have understood how the NFT really works out. Now for all the crypto enthusiasts, you might have understood by now that NFT is one or the other form of cryptocurrency, or the NFT exchanges happen in the form of cryptocurrencies. Now you might ask that what exactly is the cryptocurrency that is being used in NFTs? So to answer that, Ethereum, which is also called as the smart contract currency, is the one that is actually used for NFT transaction. Now there are two types of people who play the most important role in the NFT marketplace. The first one is the artist himself or herself. Now if you are an artist, then I think you should understand and read more about NFTs because this entire concept of NFT might be the game changer for your entire life. Now suppose if you build an art piece, right, and you put it up in a marketplace where people would love to take up or love to purchase that particular art piece from you, and you receive the payments in terms of cryptocurrencies. Won't that be an amazing thing for you, right? Now for an artist, the question might arise here is that if I buy a particular piece of art, then I become the owner of it. Then does the artist lose all its right over his or her art piece? Well, that's not exactly the case, because you can still claim a copyright onto the person who had bought your art piece. Well, I think that we should keep this particular thing for a separate video, and if you want me to make the videos related to the laws and rules and regulation related to NFTs, then do let me know in the comment sections. Now the second most important kind of people that really impact the entire NFT market is the buyers. Now, if we can see that the digital artworks like that of people or Jack Dorsey's tweets or several other memes can be sold for millions and billions of dollars, then of course a good digital piece of art has its own value. And suppose if I have $1 billion, right, and if I like a particular piece of digital art, then I would be happy to just have that particular piece of art and would be ready to pay the artist for that. And that just happens. It's simple economics, nothing hard and fast in this. It's a win-win situation for the artist as well as the buyer, right? Now the purchase made by the buyer can also be seen as one or the other investment options. Now this is also one of the major benefit of non-fungible tokens. Now, as I told you in the beginning of the video, that I'll be telling you about the top Bollywood celebrities who are actually very optimistic about the NFT marketplace. The very first celebrity that we have is none other than our beloved Amitabh Bachchan. Now, Amitabh Bachchan is the very first Bollywood celebrity who has actually started out with NFTs, and he's the one who is going to put up his father's work in the form of NFTs. It means that Mr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan was the father of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. He was a great poet, and now Amitabh Bachchan is going to recite his poems and put it up in the form of NFT for sale. And let me tell you one fact, that the very famous poem by Mr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan called as Madhushala has never been recited either by Mr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan or by Amitabh Bachchan. So Mr. Amitabh Bachchan has actually decided that he will be reciting the entire Madhushala and will be put up in the form of NFT for sale. So don't you think that it's an amazing thing that Bollywood celebrities are really up to? Now the second most important Bollywood celebrity that has actually stepped up, or the one who is really optimistic about NFT, is Sunny Leone. Now the views on NFT about Sunny Leone is not very clear. It is not clear that what she would be putting up in the form of NFTs, but it is very clear that she is very optimistic about NFT investment, and she will be putting up on her own website, and you can definitely go ahead and check that out later when she will be putting it up in the form of NFTs. I think that NFT is one of the craziest innovation that has actually come up, and it's a whole other way of looking at creator economy or creative economy. The people who work in the creative space, it's an entire game changer thing. As of now, you might think that NFT is very new in the environment, but 5 to 6 years down the line, you will be really happy about making this step ahead in the life. So what do you think about the entire NFT market and things related to NFT? Do let me know in the comment section whether you understood this entire video or not, whether you are optimistic about NFTs or not. Whatever are your thoughts, just drop it down in the comment section. It really helps us a lot. Now you might ask me a question that, Sankalp, you have told enough about NFTs and we have understood really well. Now, where do I put up my artwork in the form of NFTs? Now, of course, there are different marketplaces that you can definitely go ahead and check them out. Now, some of the most popular ones includes OpenSea, Nifty Gateway, Rarible Foundation, or Super Rare kind of marketplaces, which are extremely popular and extremely reliable in order to put up your NFT. So this is it for the video, guys. I really hope that you must have understood something about NFT, and if you have understood something about NFT, do let me know which was your favorite part of the video, and do let me know, did you understand it or not, or was it very confusing for you? Do give me a proper feedback, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, because these are the two platforms I am really active on. And till then, take a very good care of yourself, and we'll meet in the next video. Bye.